Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jingyi. I am a knitter based in Northern California. This is not my regular monthly podcast episode, but a spring knitting plan video. I'm not a very organized person when it comes to knitting because this is just my relaxing hobby and I just want to knit whatever I want when inspiration comes. But lately I've been very inspired to start my spring knitting because the weather is warming up. And when I'm looking at all the patterns I've saved on Ravelry and Instagram, they just all speak spring to me. So I've accumulated about 11 patterns that I want to share with you today. I really want to knit them all, but I only have 2 hands and I can knit 24 hours a day. So I will pick a few to knit from this list. Some of them I already purchased yarn for, or I'm thinking about what yarn should I use. So I will be also sharing those yarns when we talk about that particular pattern that I'm going to knit. So before we get started, I want to talk about what I'm wearing today. This is the Seaway pullover designed by Ozella. This is a top-down drop shoulder sweater with a very beautiful and unique all-over cable that looks a bit like Seaway as the name Seaway pullover. And the yarn that I use is Chickadee from Queens & Co. The color is 103 Frost. I like this color choice because it's a really beautiful light blue. I think this suits the name Seaway really well. And in terms of wear and tear, I've been wearing this a lot in the past months since I finished this. I haven't depeeled it, but I'm not seeing a ton of peeling situation, which is really good given that I'm wearing it so much. And the fabric is just really soft. So yeah, I like my yarn choice and I like this pattern. And I love this sweater as a finished object. So before we get into the patterns, I want to talk about what my definition and preference for spring in terms of knitting, because this might be different from you if you live in a different region or you have a different taste in your wardrobe as well. So this is just my own opinion. Since I live in Northern California, I noticed that we have a relatively warmer and shorter spring compared to other regions maybe. We are having about 20 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit if I'm not mistaken right now in mid-March, and it should get warmer and warmer, and I think we'll get a summer weather near May, I think. So in terms of knitting, I really want to knit some lighter weight fabric, maybe DK or fingering weight, and I also want my knitwear to be able to wear in other seasons, maybe as a layering piece, so I can get more usage out of my knitwear basically. So without further ado, let's look at all the 11 beautiful patterns. The first one on the list is Charlie Pullover by Morocco Knit. This is a very beautiful top-down saddle shoulder pullover with a double knitted collar. And the suggested yarn is Catif Cashmere Classic, creating a fingering weight fabric. I'm seeing Senescon Sunday and Silk Mohair listed as suggested yarns as well. So I suppose you can also use a fingering weight yarn plus Silk Mohair to create a lightweight fabric as well. I really want to try the Catif Cashmere because from Morocco's sample photo, this fabric looks so soft and drapey, and I've heard many great things about this yarn, but it's a bit expensive, so I'm not sure if I should purchase a sweater quantity of this. But if one day I do purchase the yarn, I think this pattern is something that I want to try for. You can knit this pattern with or without the stripes. I think both versions looks really great, but I particularly like Morocco's sample photo. The beige and brown contrast is so beautiful. I really like the way that the stripes kind of started at the end of the collar, so it creates a very simple top part of the pullover. So this pullover will be a really stylish piece to wear if you're just wearing it alone. and I am seeing it also looking very great if you are wearing underneath a coat and only showing the collar. Yeah, so I really like this pattern. In terms of the sizes, this pattern has 7 sizes fitting bust circumference from 80 to 130 centimeter. And the next pattern on the list is Cumulus Blouse by Knit. I know this is a really popular pattern and I don't know why I haven't knit this. I'm seeing many knitters have knitted their Cumulus Blouse maybe more than one time. This is an older petite knit pattern, but yet still very popular. The plain stockinette, the elegant v-neck, and all the I-cord edges just make this piece very classic. So the suggested yarn is silk mohair. You are supposed to hold 2 strands of silk mohair together to create a Aran weight fabric. But I'm also seeing other people using only 1 strand of maybe plant fiber. So this piece will be more summer, warmer weather appropriate. For sizes, this pattern has 9 sizes ranging from 96 to 156 centimeter bust circumference. This is just a very classic v-neck blouse. Should be very easy to throw on and easy to style with many things in my wardrobe. This is just a very basic thing that I want to have in my wardrobe and should be fit into other seasons as well if I'm knitting with silk mohair. And my next category is lace cardigan, and I have Gioia by Sandra C as the first one of this category. This is a DK weight pattern knitted with 1 strand of Sunday from Sandisgarn and 13 silk mohair. So I've been using this combination of yarn a lot. I really like the resulting fabric. It's really soft and lightweight and very suitable for transition weathers. This pattern construction is a saddle shoulder knit from top down. I really like the lace panel in the front and back and the way that the rest of the body are plain stockinette. If all over lace is just too much or maybe too hard for you, this will be a good pattern to start with. I've never knitted lace on a full garment yet, so this will be my chance to start trying lace on garments. And the look is just really elegant. I think this will just look so good with some summer dresses or just with a pair of jeans. This pattern also has 9 sizes, and the finished garment will have bust circumference from 90 to 159 centimeter. This pattern suggested a 5 to 10 centimeter of positive ease, so this is not oversized at all. It's more like form-fitting, which is different from the second lace cardigan that I picked, which is Som Cardigan. This is designed by Cookie the Knitter. This cardigan is a top-down drop shoulder with all-over lace. The suggested yarn are 2 strands of silk mohair held together to create a DK weight fabric. I think you can also get around with 1 strand of fingering weight wool plus the silk mohair if you don't want to use 2 strands of silk mohair, which might be quite expensive. I really like the little triangle eyelets created by this lace pattern. This lace repeat looks really neat, and I suppose it won't be too hard to work with. And this cardigan have more positive ease than the previous one. This has 10 to 20 centimeter of the positive ease, so it's a little bit more on the oversized fit. And size-wise, this cardigan has 7 sizes with finished garment from 100 to 167 centimeters. So that's all for the long sleeve pullover or cardigan. And next we're going to tees and blouse, mostly short sleeve. And I have Tombo Tee here. It's designed by Florence or handmade by Florence from YouTube or Instagram. This is just a very classic, simple t-shirt that I'm seeing myself throwing on every day. And Florence sample picture has a striped version. And the construction is knitted from top down with seamless shoulder construction and knit in the round for body and sleeves. So there are actually many striped t-shirt pattern available, but I like this one in particular because of the seamless shoulder construction and the way that all the stripes are continuous. It's not broken or mismatched around shoulder like any store-bought t-shirt. So I think this is really a clever design and I definitely want to try it out. The suggested yarn is a strand of fingering weight yarn. Florence used a merino cotton blend, I think. So I think you can either substitute with 100% plant fiber or animal fiber based on your likes. And size-wise, this pattern has 9 sizes with a finishing bust circumference from 75 to 155 centimeter. And the positive ease is approximately 8 to 12 centimeters. So it's not a tight-fitting t-shirt, but rather a relaxed fit t-shirt, which I really like. And the next one on the t-shirt or short sleeve list is Friday Tee by Petit Knit. This is also a older design by Petit Knit. The construction is top-down raglan with a all-over broken rib stitch pattern. I really like the broken rib because it just makes your stitches look so even, and it looks also quite unique with some stripes around. The suggested yarn is a strand of Senescon Sunday, which is a fingering weight merino wool. There are 9 sizes of this pattern with finished bust circumference from 90 to 156 centimeter and having a 6 to 9 centimeter positive ease. So I actually have a Friday Tee in work in progress. So I casted mine on last summer and I couldn't finish it because the weather is just too warm to wear a 100% wool short sleeve tee. So this was my progress. I really like the look of it. I finished both of the sleeves and I like the double knitted collar. I have half of the body left and I think I should finish it really soon. This will be a great warm weather short sleeve tee. I used the yarn Mondim. The white color is 100. The contrasting color is 109. This is a fingering weight 100% Portuguese wool. This is a very sturdy and maybe a little bit rustic wool. And I know people use it for socks. And I just want to finish my Friday Tee soon so that I can use my leftover Mondim on some sock knitting. And I just temporarily put them in this little project bag, which I crocheted about 3 or 4 years ago when I was still very into crocheting. So that's my Friday Tee and I will keep you posted in my upcoming podcast episode. I hope I can make some progress soon. The next one on the list is Rubus Blouse square neck version by Refined Knitwear. It's a very feminine blouse with square neck and puff sleeves. The blouse is knit from top down and you can adjust the body length and sleeve length as you go. The pattern includes instructions for a very short sleeve and a longer sleeve, I think, so you can adjust it according to the pattern as well. This pattern has 5 sizes and the finished object should have bust circumference from 88 to 109 centimeters. I actually already cast this on, so I only have a little bit yet. I am using 2 strands of very special hand-dyed silk mohair. It's from Cerilla yarn. It's their silk mohair. The colorway is Enchanted from Taylor Swift Eras Tour collection. I really like this colorway. This is just a really dreamy, slightly variated hand-dyed yarn. I'm seeing some purple, pink, and a little bit orange and white. So this yarn just feels very soft and the color is just so springy. The fabric knitted up is also very pretty. I feel like it seems to have less going on comparing with the whole skein. I can kind of only see the purple tone overall. Maybe it's because I only have this little bit. I will keep you updated in my podcast episode once I have made more progress. So the next thing on our list are accessories. I will start with some socks. The first socks that I really want to knit is Tiptoe Through the Tulips, designed by Stone Knit. This is an all-over colorwork pattern with rounds of tulip through your tiptoe, and I think this looks really cute. And you are supposed to use 3 different colors. The sample used 3 different colors of the sock yarn. One for the background, one for the leaf, and one for the tulip itself. I'm seeing other people knitting these socks with different colors for the tulips, maybe one color for each round. So this will be a good stash buster if you have a lot of scrappy sock yarns. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I really want to have these socks on for spring. The next one is Ballerina socks by Sari Nolan. I knitted her Midsummer Dancer socks last summer and I love that. It has a very similar ruffle details on the top, but that summer sock has some eyelets. I really want to try out this Ballerina socks. I think the main part of this sock is just plain stockinette, and you knit the ruffle with a strand of silk mohair. So for people who enjoys their plain stockinette socks, this will be a unique project to add a little bit special on your sock. This ruffle detail would be looking so good in warmer weather when we are wearing shorter pants, maybe skirts. Next, I have two patterns for shawls or little scarves. The first one is Pressed Flowers by Amy Christophers. This is a triangular shaped shawl with a very unique texture pattern. I think this is a all-over mosaic technique that I've never tried before and I really want to learn it. I've seen many beautiful examples of this shawl. The pattern suggests to use two different colors of DK weight yarn. There are also projects to use fingering weight yarn, which I think is more lightweight and you can use up some of the special single skein. So I actually already purchased yarn for this project. Let me show you. If you are in the Bay Area, there is a Bay Area yarn call going on right now from last weekend till this weekend. And I pick up these two hand-dyed yarn from a local yarn shop in Auckland or Berkeley, maybe Auckland. Yeah, it's from a Verb for Keeping Warm. It's their floating yarn. It contains 70% of superfine alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. So this yarn is really soft to touch, and I think it will be a great yarn to knit some shawl because it should have a great drape. The darker purple is Thunderstone. The lighter purple is Supernova. So beautiful name, beautiful color, and I really want to cast on this project soon. This yarn is hand-dyed in the store with all natural dyes. So it's a really unique yarn and I cannot wait to use this. The last pattern on my list is Paw Scarf by Marisa. This is a little scarf pattern with some textured. I think you start from one end of the scarf and do some increase and then end up doing some symmetrical decrease to create this little thin scarf. This little scarf calls for light fingering cashmere yarn, and the yardage is very small. This scarf only took about 200 meters of the yarn. I have some leftover Musk Ox yarn that I really want to use up. So I think this pattern will be a great stash buster, and the finishing scarf should be really practical because I found those triangular shaped scarf is a little bit hard to style and wear. With this thinner scarf, you should be able to achieve a longer length with the same amount of the yarn. So I hope this will be easier to tie a knot in the front, given that this will be longer and the fabric should be thinner. So I'm also looking forward to cast this on. So that's everything in my spring knitting plan. I hope you enjoy this video and enjoy whatever you are making, you are knitting, and happy spring. I will see you in my next podcast episode. Bye!